So Cesaro is a free agent, but AEW might be too big for him to have any future there. We're going to talk about it.
Turn your phone off.
Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I am your host, Comic Book Bob. Joined as always by my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
Boom, baby. HW.
We are here to talk about all the news in wrestling. And there's some interesting stuff this week.
Yeah.
See here. WWE somehow just let Cesaro's contract run out, and Vince McMahon is contemplating a return to the ring. Everything's up, everything that's down is up, and everything that's up is down. It doesn't make any damn sense. But anyway, we're here to talk about it. And before we do, let's take a look and see who's here. Maldicito said, "Sup, people? I'm here home safe and wish I'd stopped to grab a pizza before it started." Hey, man, order one now.
Yeah.
Courtney said, "Hey, guys, what's up? What's up, Courtney?" Leg Kick says, hail. And we appreciate you guys. And as always, we just want to ask you guys, hey.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah. Courtney says, get well. So I think she meant sup Mal. And I'm still recovering from breaking my collarbone. And just because the universe decided that I hadn't had to deal with enough shit, my Instagram got hacked today. So, yay. And that's turning out to be a friggin' nightmare.
Of course.
But we'll get it fixed eventually. If not, we'll kill it and create a new one. But man, interesting week this week.
Yes, it was. An interesting week it's going to be. Revolution
Sunday. Yep. This Sunday, I will be streaming it.
I will be working.
Frank will be working. Hopefully, you guys will be stopping by. I'll be opening up the stream. I'll letting people on, at least for a little while, to hang out and tell me what they think about what's going on. But speaking about what's going on, we have our favorite segment, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I think I went last week, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay, so this week it's you. So, and everybody that's in the chat that's joining us, tell us what your good and bad ugly for this week was. But Frank, you got the floor, sir.
And no screen up there for that, or just go.
Oh, well, yeah, dude, it's been a friggin' hell of a day. But yes, it is our favorite segment, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I am going to put audio to this one of these days. What you got, brother?
Before I start, 65. We're up to 65 subscribers. So thank you.
Appreciate that.
I think it felt like only 2 weeks ago. I think I said 50. We're rolling. We're going good. So appreciate everybody out there. Everybody's support making this channel more subscribers. Want to hit that 100 here soon. So we can do it with your help. We can do it.
Yep.
But the good. All right. Wasn't a whole lot good. Good is I thought the Sammy Guevara Andrade match wasn't too bad. I think that's the only good thing on Rampage this Friday night.
Really? I didn't think there was anything terrible. I just don't think it was, it wasn't as it wasn't the best hour of wrestling like it usually is.
Serena Deeb, I mean, I understand this whole thing with the 5-minute thing, but until she has a real challenge, it's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm over it.
It feels like Goldberg in his winning streak.
Yeah.
But Andrade versus Sammy was good. I thought that was the best match of the night. And we're gonna a week from tomorrow. Jeff Hardy's a free agent.
Yep.
My bad is Cain Velasquez charged with attempted murder. Wow.
Dude.
I know.
I saw that. I was like, what?
I know it's innocent until proven guilty, but wow. The guy was in a match. I can't remember who he was in when he was in WWE, but
he was in a match with
was he with Lesnar?
Yeah, he was with Lesnar.
Yeah, but it's just like go from that to attempted murder.
Dude, I was just like, what is going on, man? Like I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. Like it's like it just doesn't make any sense. But then again, I mean, that goes to show you that you think you know someone, but reality is we only see a small piece of what these people are.
Yep.
But
yeah, Bob, quit setting business opportunities in Saudi Arabia. Jeez.
Yes.
And the ugly, you mentioned it a few minutes ago. 76 years old. What the
freaking hell, dude?
Vince McMahon in some kind of smoke and mirrors thing with Pat McAfee, rumored to be in a match at WrestleMania. Really?
I don't know what to say, man.
Just from what I'm hearing, it's some kind of smoke and mirrors type thing where it could end up being Austin Theory.
Yeah, someone said that it's going to end up being Theory doing it'll be a cinematic kind of thing, and Theory's going to end up doing like most of it.
It's bad enough you got 57-year-old Steve Austin. You've got Johnny Knoxville in the match against Sami Zayn, which is just everybody talked about that for a couple of weeks. But 76-year-old McMahon, really? Come on. And from what I've also been reading is they're having a little bit of a tough time selling tickets for WrestleMania. Both nights.
They were, yeah, oh yeah. It's
and
worse this year than it was last year.
Add stuff in there like McMahon, and there even was a rumor that they're trying to see if Triple H could be in the match to sell tickets.
Dude, that guy's not going to be in the ring if hopefully ever again.
And then who was it? Called out Hulk Hogan for one more match.
Freaking Shane McMahon. I'm like, yeah, the dude who tried to book the entire Royal Rumble around himself.
Wow.
You got one more left in there, Hogan? I was like, I don't know. Does Hogan's surgically repaired hip got one more left in it? The guy walks around with a cane. Like the dude's messed up.
And he just got divorced.
And yeah, it's I don't know.
I don't know where WWE is going with all this, but that's my GBU.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
My GBU, my good. Dynamite was freaking awesome, man. Daniel Garcia. I mean, the Brian Danielson just made Daniel Garcia a star, and Daniel Garcia was already one of the rising stars in wrestling. That match between him and Daniel Garcia was great. Penta Impact versus Malachi Black and Brody King. This just cemented the fact that we need more Pac in main event. I don't know why he's not in more main event matches, but we also saw the debut of Buddy Murphy. He is part of the House of Black, and damn, did he get jacked. He looked freaking huge. But yeah, Dynamite looked great. There's a lot of really cool. There's so much buzz around what's going on in professional wrestling right now, and there's all kinds of speculation that Tony, that we may see a New Japan versus AEW invasion kind of thing with maybe some Impact thrown in there. Basically, we might get another All In, where it's everybody, and I'm 1,000% for that. So for me, the good this week was Dynamite and all the buzz in wrestling right now. The bad. Raw had 2 back-to-back heel turns. And one of them didn't make any damn sense at all. But Edge and
AJ?
no, not AJ. What's his name?
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. Both turned, and it was the most cliched. It's the same thing anytime anybody does a heel turn in WWE anymore. It's your fault. It's the fans' fault. It's always the fans' fault. There's never any story behind it. There's never any build. There's never any reasoning. It's just, you rejected me. And it's like, no, we didn't. Priest was getting cheered like crazy for the first 6-7 months of his call up, and then his, the booking for him was terrible. So fans just became apathetic about it. And freaking Edge was the most over dude in the freaking universe. And it just doesn't make any sense. But that's my bad. And my ugly, same as you, man. Cain Velasquez, what the freaking hell, dude? And this wasn't just he got into a fight or something like that. This freaking murder charges, dude.
Attempted.
Well, somebody got shot. Let me put it that way. And it's just what the hell is going on? The entire world's just going crazy. The last week, the entire world's just gone completely nuts. But yeah, that's my good, my bad, my ugly this week, man.
And Maldacito, good. AEW finally coming to SoCal. Bad. I agree. I don't feel any hype from Mania. Dude, and just like you, man, Kane getting arrested.
Dude, Mania is a month and a half away. And we have 4 matches.
Well, they have more than that, but
I don't think so. I think there's only 4 or 5 matches.
Yeah, I agree, Courtney. Using disability is no.
Yeah, it's, you know what? Other than him throwing that out there, and because here's the thing, I don't know if that's true or not about him. So if we can verify that that's true about him, then maybe that it's not as bad. But other than that, man, that freaking promo was the shit, dude. That was an amazing promo with just with that moment of cringe in there. So
yeah, and Maldacito. Yeah, no, he's not going to the Hall of Fame. And Maldacito, that will never happen with WWE.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's because you got Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens rumored, Knoxville versus Sami Zayn.
That's gonna be a friggin' train.
You've got the women's tag team match. You've got Charlotte versus Rousey. You've got Lynch versus Belair.
Lynch versus Belair would be good. Charlotte versus Rousey could be good, but it's not the match people wanted to see.
The unification match.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've set anything up for the tag teams.
Women's tag teams: Zelina and Carmel versus Sasha Banks and Naomi.
The men's. Well, I don't know if they set anything up for the men's yet.
Well, I was just going to point out that nobody gives a shit about that match.
You've got new U.S. champion Finn Balor.
Yep. Versus
which I was surprised that they the way they were talking about using him as a jobber. I'm surprised they put the title on him.
I saw pictures of KO in a Yosemite Sam hat last night. Dude, I'm glad he's happy. I'm glad he re-signed. He re-signed with them. He's apparently cool with everything that's going on, but he's never going to be considered a legit top level guy. as long as they book him this way. You know, it's sad because he is one of the best people they have on their roster.
And if you're Cody Rhodes, that's where you're going to be at. You're going to be like Sammy. You're going to be like Kevin Owens.
Yeah, and Maldacito, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. Tag teams don't matter in the E. They will throw whoever they want together just to see if it sticks. And I'm going to tell you something else that I was talking to, and this was one of the concerns that I had. Dominic and his dad. This was one of the concerns that I had for Dominic Mysterio was that if he was pushed onto the roster too fast, he was not going to develop properly. Guess what? He's hit a wall. Like, he was getting better for a while, but he's hit a wall, and now he's regressing.
Yep.
Okay? He's trying to, I've said it before, I'll say it again. He didn't learn the fundamentals properly. He's trying to wrestle like his dad. He's too big. He's too tall. He's too lanky. And you can tell that he has timing issues because he's trying, like, you watch when he's running the ropes. When he runs the ropes, it's not great. You know? And then when he tries to do his lucha moves, he basically does them in phases. They're not smooth. So
yeah, and I'm sorry, trying to have him do a 619 is
it's awful. It looks bad. It's so slow. It's so slow, and there's no snap on it. I like the kid. I think he's got a big upside. I think if he learned to wrestle more traditionally and at stronger fundamentals, he has a huge future. But the fear I had for him is real.
They're trying to make him Rey Mysterio version 2, and you can't. He's not his dad.
He's not his dad. He's not built like his dad. He doesn't move like his dad. And honestly, he's not. His mind doesn't work like his dad. But the Orton injury, I haven't heard anything yet. I'm hoping that it's just a, that it's nothing and then everything's cool. But it looked like the match was truncated because of that. But who knows, man? That may have been exactly what they wanted. It may be like their way of writing him off television after Raw Mania, because I think he's supposed to be taking some time off, right?
I don't know. Just reading up here on one site is that RK Bro was supposed to win a match last night.
Right. Okay, so he may legitimately be hurt then. Yeah, 3 years and a jump chuck full of money. I think Cody can survive. Dude, it's not a matter of whether or not he can survive. It's a matter of whether or not it's the best thing for him. I don't even see, the thing is, I don't even think he could wrestle like Eddie. Because I mean, Eddie's the perfect person to emulate, because I think Eddie was one of the most polished wrestlers, ever. But yeah, exactly. He needs Ray's speed, and he doesn't have it. So like I said, he should adapt to a more. I would put that kid in the friggin' weight room. I would feed him all of these supplements, and put about 20, 30 pounds of muscle on that dude, especially on his shoulders and his chest.
No, so it'd be like Ryback.
No, but and then just have him be a more traditional wrestler. You know what I mean? I think he's got the build, and I think that's where his talent level is. He doesn't have his dad's agility. He doesn't have his dad's speed. Now he's got balls. The dude he'll pull off moves that, he'll try to pull off moves that, nobody has any business trying to do. So he's got the bravery for it. He just doesn't have the agility and the speed. So, and eventually that's going to really start to hurt him. But,
yep.
And, but yeah. Eddie. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Eddie was, like I said, nobody could sell like that guy. And he was just, his ring presence, his ring awareness was so good. He knew exactly where everybody was at every moment. He knew exactly what to do. He was a wrestling savant, man. And we lost him way too soon.
Yep.
But all right, let's talk about let me see. Let me pull up the stuff with Claudio.
Oh,
Cesaro or Claudio. What was his name outside of
I
it?
can't remember.
Cesaro.
Antonio Cesaro was his original name in
Well, that's the name he
WWE.
debuted in the WWE. His name when he was wrestling outside of WWE was Claudio Castagnoli. And a guy that we said when he showed up in the WWE, I'm like, okay, this guy's going to have to be a champion soon. And no, they just basically, like everybody when they announced that he had his contract had expired and he was now a free agent and he was free to go anywhere. Literally every person said the WWE completely dropped the ball with that guy.
He's only
Cesaro,
41 years. He's only 41.
Yeah, well, he's 41 now, but the dude one, he was ridiculous for his size. He was ridiculously strong.
Oh yeah,
ridiculously strong. So you've got a guy who's built like Shawn Michaels, but he has the power of someone like
Scott Norton.
Like Scott Norton. Yeah, he's freaking beast. Awesome wrestler, great ring presence. Crazy popular when he was on the Indies, when he came to WWE, which is the reason why they freaking signed him.
Yep.
I think he was one of the guys that didn't go like he came in right before NXT became the entity that we all remember now.
Yeah.
So he went directly to the main roster, and so many times that guy was so over, and just the crowd was behind him. Everybody wanted it. And they teased the possibility of him like having a world title run and everything, and they just never pulled the trigger on it. And he would go from languishing in the mid card, and then he teamed up and had that big long team up with
Sheamus. He was with
Sheamus as the bar,
and he was also with Sheamus and Wade Barrett, wasn't he?
Well, everybody remembers the team up between him and Sheamus.
Oh yeah,
him and Wade Barrett wasn't very long.
Yeah,
and
we don't set the bar; we are the bar.
Yeah, they helped reinvigorate a tag team division that nobody gave a shit about for at least a little while, and then that whole thing went away. They 100%. They seriously missed the mark with Cesaro, and from what all the reports coming out of the locker room is that everybody there is just pissed. Yeah. They're like, they wasted him.
It's like Rusev Day got over when he was over there in WWE with Miro. Cesaro got over with that Cesaro big swing he did, and they put the kibosh on that when they wanted him to be a heel because the fans were cheering for the swing. Oh no! You're a heel. You can't do that.
Yeah, but so that's like that. So that's one half of the story. But the other half of the story is that everybody was shocked by this because last year they thought that he had signed a new contract. Well, it turns out that he hadn't signed a new contract. What he had basically done is he had signed a 1-year extension, which you look at the situation, and like everybody else is signing new contracts, and they sign him to a new extension. It's like, what? Why? So, and to me, that says, look, we're going to assign you to a new extension. And this is what they were thinking. We'll sign him to a new extension. We'll put him in a program because he had that program with Roman, and that lasted like a month.
Yeah. And
then it went away. Yeah, exactly. He had his own freaking cheering section. I mean, my God. But and then you're just going to end up in the mid card again. We're going to use you, but we're not really going to push you. And then so that's the way it kind of was, and he went back to kind of being languishing in the mid card. And then the last couple of months, he basically was telling them, "Hey, my contract's coming up," and they're like, "Well, we got nothing for you. We got nothing for you. We got nothing for you." And then the last couple of months, he basically was like, well, if you're not going to push me or anything, then I'm done. So that's why the last couple of months he's been basically on a losing streak, because that's what WWE does. They bury you on the way out because they don't want you to, they don't want you getting over for another company or anything like that. But the thing is, it's just like nobody can figure out what the deal is, man, with this thing. Like forget the fact that they weren't going to use him. They let his contract run out so he could just go wherever he wanted. It's like, like you release them so that they're at least stuck in their 90 day compete clause. Like, I can't figure out, for the life of me, I cannot figure out where their mind was on this one.
I can't figure out where their mind is with Elias.
Yeah, that's another guy who's like just like disappeared. Like literally disappeared. Like they said, according to the reports, he's been at every scene because I think he's technically still on SmackDown.
I honestly don't know.
He's been at every freaking show and he's just there.
And speaking of SmackDown, they're elevating Ricochet to the number 2 babyface on SmackDown. Yeah. But you can't sign Cesaro and do anything with him. You have nothing you can do with Elias. You can't make Elias a face and make him the second number 2 on SmackDown.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But Mouse says it was smart on his part to see if they were serious about his career. They proved unlikely to fulfill their end, and now he's free. Yeah, and Courtney says Elias and Bailey. Well, Bailey's injured.
Bailey's hurt.
Yeah, like she had legit like people don't realize that her injury was way worse than people thought it was. From what I understand, she's supposed to be good. She's supposed to be able to. She's supposed to be cleared by WrestleMania, so we may see some kind of a run-in or something like that. But like she was like damn near career-ending injury. So like her being gone for a long time, that's understandable. But Elias was one of those dudes that like he sucked in NXT. He sucked in NXT, but somehow he got over on the main roster. There was he's a victim of them flip-flopping him too much.
You have nothing for Elias, but you have Omos versus T-Bar on Monday Night Raw. Like,
yeah, which poor friggin' Dominic Dijakovic, man. That dude, like, he's got to be like thinking, like, what the frick am I doing with my life? He was one of the top guys in NXT. Goes to the main roster, and he's a joke. It's so bad. And yes, Hicksville and Asuka stuck in limbo too. And like Courtney said, I wouldn't be surprised if Asuka walks too. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't be surprised if she walks too. And here's the thing: she doesn't have a whole lot of years left. She's 40,
right? So
even so, she's still one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. If AEW was smart, they would snatch her up in a heartbeat. And they probably, and if she becomes a free agent anytime soon, they probably will. But that brings up another situation, and that's something that we're going to talk about probably for the rest of the show here is Tony Khan getting too happy with his money and bringing in too many toys? Should he needs to play with the toys that he has? That's what a lot of people think. And it's hard to argue because AEW's roster is getting pretty big.
It is. I will say this right now. You've got, I'm trying to think of who it is. You got Hobbs, Wardlow.
You got Hobbs, Wardlow, Keith Lee, Ricky Starks. That's it.
And wasn't there a fifth? There was a fifth one.
There's a fifth person that's going to be a surprise.
No. Who won the other day that qualified?
Orange Cassidy versus Anthony
Orange
Bowman.
Cassidy, that's right. Orange Cassidy won, so he's in there.
Okay. It's
put Cesaro as the wild card.
That would be
That'd
be awesome.
That guy could freaking lift up Keith Lee, Wardlow, Powerhouse.
He could go. He could go.
He can lift those. He can lift those guys up and drop them off the ladder.
Yeah. But yeah, but like I'm looking through, like I've got the AEW's roster page up here, and dude, they've got a point. I honestly, I think it's at the point now where they have people who have criticizing them of picking up every single person that gets released. I think there's some legitimate criticism there because, man, see, so there's 1, 2,
and you know, yeah,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 80. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Bob's got
there's over 100.
Take his socks and shoes off the count. So
there's over 100 wrestlers just on the men's side, and for the women, there's about 30,
and you know 2 more are getting added soon.
Yeah, you know Jeff Hardy's coming.
Jeff Hardy and rumors Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Yep. So there's 2 more guys, but right now I'm looking at this. You got like people who could be top people, like top tier guys right now. You've got Adam Cole, you got Adam Page, you got Andrade. I still think Andrade could be a world champion level guy. I do. Brian Cage, Daniel Bryan, Chris Jericho, CM Punk.
I'd take Jericho off that list.
You don't think Jericho's a world championship level guy now?
Not anymore.
Okay, we'll take him off. So there's 6 guys. Eddie Kingston, that's 7. Jay Lethal, that's 8. Moxley's 9. Keith Lee's 10. Omega's 11. I think he's a top level guy, but some people don't. Lance Archer is 12. Miro, who we haven't seen.
MJF
is 13. Malachi Black's 14. Pac is 15. So like I don't even have to go through the rest of the roster. There's 15 guys that could be your world champion. Right there.
Yeah, and like you said, you didn't even say MJF.
Didn't say MJF. There's MJF. Freaking I mean, it's like you've got just to circulate around through your world title. You've got 15. You got 15, 16 guys.
Maldacito, I agree. You can put him in a title match, no question, but
put the belt on him again.
You're not putting the belt back on him.
Okay.
There's no reason to.
Yeah, well, there's no reason to. But I'm saying those are guys that could be in top tier in world contention right now. But you can't. You only got one world title because it's not WWE. They don't have multiple brands. So you got all these guys moving around, but you can only have, like what, maximum of like 4 or 5 of them a year.
Right.
So your roster's already bloated to that point. And then you look at everybody else that's on there, man. You got so many up and coming guys. You gotta have spots open for them to grow. Sammy and Darby can't be the only 2. Now, I mean, Jungle Boy, obviously he's in a tag team, so you got a little bit of leeway there. But man, you've got like you said, MJF. He's a young guy, but he's the best heel in the freaking business.
They need to bring in the 6-man tags.
100%.
That'll get some of these guys an opportunity.
Yeah. And then you got guys like Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, who, they're awesome as a tag team. I love them as a tag team, but they're also good singles guys. They could be circulating around the TNT title. Why aren't they? You know, and I'm gonna say something right now. I was pissed that Andrade didn't win that damn match. He should have been. No, I'm serious.
No,
I'm dead serious. He should be the TNT champion right now. He 110% should be the TNT champion right now. So I'm hoping that we get a rematch between him and Sammy, and he gets the belt there. The dude's too good to not be in the circulation for at least your second level belt.
yeah, and you missed even the second level or a guy who's championship material. You didn't mention either is the Black Machismo, Jay Lethal.
No, I mentioned him.
Oh, did you? I didn't.
Yeah,
hear
I said, dude, yeah, like
Jay Lethal, definitely.
Dude, I defended them when they put him on Dark when they first brought him in. I said, listen, they just brought him in. He was an unexpected get because nobody expected what happened with Ring of Honor. Okay, he was an unexpected get. There's no way they're going to let that guy just languish. But then I'm watching this going, why is he not in the rotation for one of these belts? You know, I mean, I understand why he's not going against Hangman right now because Hangman's a babyface and so is he. But 100%, he should be circulating around the high end of the mid card right now until you work him into a program, into like a world title program. Like when MJF takes the belt, and I truly think that he should be the guy that takes the belt off Hangman. I think MJF should be the guy that takes that belt off of Hangman. Jay Lethal needs to be in that rotation.
He does.
Okay. And Hicksville, you're right. They have so many 3-man teams that it does not. And here's the thing. This may be one of the things that Cody had an issue with button heads with Tony Khan, because Cody said the next belt that gets introduced, and this was before they introduced the TNT the TBS title for the women. He said the next belt we introduce has to be 6-man tag. It has to be. And that was over a year ago. So there's that. Now, some people are saying now everyone's talking about like Tony's thing. He's got this huge announcement, this big announcement. Everybody's thinking that it's going to be like a possible New Japan versus
possible super show.
Possible super show thing. Something that somebody brought up, and this may be a way for Tony to make some more of his people happy. Although I have issues with this, and I'll talk about it, is that he may buy Ring of Honor. You know, there's a rumor about that. Or what makes more sense, and this is something that's been on their that's been on the radar, is he's going to buy Ring of Honor's
library,
which that's half the guys that are on his roster started in Ring of Honor. Okay, so that's understandable, and he's been talking with Ring of Honor. He's loaned them people, stuff like that. Another thing is, if he really wanted to keep these people happy and keep them in rotation, loan them out to other companies. Okay, like there are guys that'll go fight for the Ring of Honor world title. Like Jonathan, there are so many people that want to match with Jonathan Gresham. It's ridiculous. Or do what you've been doing with New Japan. Let them defend the belts on your show.
That's another guy you talked about that they've been rumored to be bringing into AEW is Gresham.
Yeah. Gresham, I'll be honest with you, man. I think the reason why Gresham hasn't signed is he's looking at that roster going, I'm going to get lost in that roster. You know what I mean? Because Gresham, like for hardcore wrestling fans, they know who Jonathan Gresham is. Like we know who Jonathan Gresham is. Most casuals don't.
Courtney, sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. Do they suck?
Well, it's not Tony's team. It's his dad, Shad Khan's team.
Yeah,
the Jacksonville Jaguars. His dad is the one that runs that team. Tony has nothing to do with the Jaguars whatsoever. He won't have anything to do with the Jaguars till something happens to his dad.
I don't know if it's quite that bad yet, man. But Yeah, I if I'm Jay Lethal, I'm like, man, listen, I get that I'm the new guy here. I get that you need to work me in and everything, but come on, man, I can do better matches than this.
He needs to come out as a black machismo.
You know what I would really like him to do? Because what's his name? Nick Jackson. He's always doing the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah, he's always like comparing himself to Macho Man. I would love to see Jay Lethal versus Nick Jackson. And just like have him come out as Black Machismo and just be like have a friggin' Macho Man off. It's like, but because those two would put it on an awesome match. There's no, and here's the thing with a roster this big, with this many people, there's no reason why they could not have banger matches every single freaking week on every show, including Dark and Elevation. There's no reason.
There you go, Bob. Some Hicks coming.
To be fair, he has been allowed to have matches in the companies next Friday. Lucha Brothers versus Dem Boys. Yeah, I know, man. Here's the thing, though. I want it to happen in AEW. Like, I'm serious. Like, I don't know what the problem is, but fix it. I'm serious.
If you can bring in Switchblade and have him have a match here and there, why can't you bring in them boys to have a match here and there? You don't have to sign them to. You could have them just do whatever. They could go.
Dude, they brought in Jeff Cobb for 1 week. You telling me you can't sign something where them boys come in, take on FTR at a pay-per-view and just whoop some ass? Come on. Seriously. Knock it off. This is bullshit, man. Now we're getting stupid. But yeah, and the other thing too is I'm looking at this roster, man. Like I said, there's no reason why there should not be banger matches on every single like I understand using Dark to build up. Yeah, I know. Yeah. They're going to be in the Dusty Cup. I understand that Dark and Elevation are basically being used mostly to train your new guys. I get that, but you have to have, and to be fair, they have had some interesting matches on there where you have some of your bigger name guys come in there every once in a while and they have a match against, one of these young up and comers or something like that, or a match against each other. Yeah, I agree. The Briscoes should have been there months ago. But like, there's no reason why you can't have, a dark match with like, say, Jay Lethal versus Scorpio Sky or Jay Lethal versus Sean Spears, Trent Beretta versus like Sammy Guevara. There's no reason you can't have matches like that. I don't get it. Why the hell did they re-sign Brian Cage? That's like going back on the next. I'll be honest with you guys. I think there's something going on with Brian Cage that we don't know about. Considering the fact that they don't want to lose him, that for a while there, they were pushing him, and then suddenly it just stopped. And I hope I'm wrong. Yep. Record of 0-48. Dude. Oh my God. But the Brian Cage thing, and I have fear in my heart with this, and I hope I'm completely wrong about it, but I'm hoping it's not another Brody Lee situation where he's got something seriously wrong with him and they're keeping it under wraps. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just a matter of, I know he had an injury when he first left. I think he had like a pectoral, partial pectoral tear or something like that. But I think from what I understand, he's been fine for quite a while now. He was doing matches with he did a couple matches with other shows. So he's fine now. Yeah, his wife she's she's not afraid to say what she thinks, and sometimes what she thinks is kind of bullshit.
Put him in the ladder match.
Yes!
With the other hosses.
Dude, that, and like you were talking about how, yeah, Warrior Wrestling. He's doing shows. He's doing some shows with Warrior Wrestling. So it's not that I don't think he's hurt. So I'm wondering what if it's something else.
Got
I'm
a lot of
hoping
beef.
that's wrong.
Got a lot of beef in the ring. Add some more.
Dude, how cool, dude? You telling me that people wouldn't lose their shit if the mystery guy for Face of the Revolution match turned out to be him? They'd be like, holy shit, he's back finally, you know? And maybe that's what they're gonna do. I don't know.
They better get some reinforced ladders for that. Oh,
dude, just with the people that they've got in it now, just with Wardlow and Hobbs and Keith Lee, just those three, it's like Orange Cassidy better stay out of the ring, man, until at least two of those guys are gone. Because if he's in there, it's gonna be like the Malachi brothers on Happy Days. This is like the Malachi Crunch, and he's just gonna get squished like a grape.
Yeah, freaking Wardlow takes Orange Cassidy off of a ladder with one of his freaking power bombs.
Oh my god! Does a powerbomb concerto to friggin' Orange Cassidy? It's like, yeah, well, he's dead. But Courtney's like, honestly, wouldn't lose my shit. Well, I mean, that's you, Courtney. I know that there's a lot of people that really like Brian Cage, and they would be like really happy to see him back. Happy Days is awesome. Yeah. AEW ruined Brian Cage in their show. He's better off elsewhere before he's jobbing to Danhausen. That's true, man. And here's the thing: a lot of those guys came there because the AEW was offering big money contracts. I'm not watching that ladder match live. I'm convinced one of them big guys is going to land wrong on another. I want to see it, dude. I'm going to tell you something. If Keith Lee comes off that 20-foot ladder onto somebody on a friggin' stretched out on a ladder, there's no doubt in my mind that ladder is going to break in half. That ladder is going to split. That ladder is going to scream and run away. And they're going to go through that ladder, and somebody's going to be like, somebody's life is going to change. Let me put it that way. That's going to be an interesting match to watch. Yeah, first you squeezed for real. Yeah, that's about it, dude. He's gonna Keith Lee's gonna be like, what's stuck in my armpit? And there's friggin' poor Orange Cassidy just like stretched out like a pretzel.
I would love to see orange juice all over the ring.
Yeah, I'd love to see Miro come back too. Miro's another one that's been like they were pushing him so hard, dude. His Redeemer character was so cool. That's another one that makes me worry that there might be something wrong. And I hope, like I said, guys, I hope I'm wrong about all of this. But as we've seen, the way AEW handles a lot of this stuff in house is that they just go dark. And I'm hoping that's not the case. I hope they're both well and that we'll get to see him again. But man, what was I going to talk? There was something I was going to talk about. But yeah, like the situation with Cesaro. I kind of want to see, dude. He's one of those guys. He's got so much charisma when it comes to the crowd. And he's got someone even now he's what 40
41
he's 41. So he's got like at least a good 3 or 4 years left at top level, before he starts to fall off. I wouldn't really like to see him go someplace where he's going to be a big fish immediately. And in my mind, that's one of 3 places. That's Impact, that's NWA, and that's New Japan. So, and we know how Japan loves to push. They love to push big foreigners.
And isn't there a cup tournament starting tomorrow?
New Japan Cup?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That would be, well, they've already announced everybody for the New Japan Cup.
Right, but what I'm saying is, doesn't that start tomorrow?
Yeah, that starts tomorrow. Actually, I think is it tomorrow or the day after? But here's the thing. And this is, dude, how cool would this be? Bryan Danielson already said he wants to compete in the G1 this year. And which would be freaking amazing. All Japan, dude. Dude. If he went to All Japan, he would immediately be pushed into the main scene.
Yep.
Again, I'm just looking at the next the biggest places that he could go, including places that are still here in the U.S. But dude, can you imagine a G1 show with Bryan Danielson, John Moxley, because Moxley said he wants to go back and do the G1 again too. Bryan Danielson, John Moxley, and freaking Cesaro against Kota Ibushi and Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kazuchika Okada and Naito. Holy crap, dude. That would be amazing. You know how many awesome matches we would get out of that thing? How many freaking Dave Meltzer would cream himself.
Yeah. Speaking of John Moxley, you see Danny Burch calling Moxley out?
Yep. I'm go for it. I'm 100% behind that match, dude. But yeah, like I said, the thing that I fear is like he'll end up in the same spot as Jay Lethal if he comes to AEW. He's gonna get lost in the rotation. At least for a while. Because we know how they like to plan things out. Like in my mind, the next you got Hangman. Hangman's going to be the champion for at least a couple more months. I think not at the Revolution, but the next pay-per-view, all out. I think he's going to drop it to MJF.
Okay, so
what?
So no, we're coming close to the end here. Lineup for Sunday Revolution.
Oh, you want to make some Revolution predictions?
Yeah. So,
all right.
Hangman Page versus Adam Cole.
I think Page wins.
Yeah, so do I.
I think it's too soon for Adam Cole.
Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa.
It's got to be friggin' Rosa. It has to be, man, dude. Britt's had a great run.
She's had it for a long time.
She's had when did she win it? Didn't she win it at I think she won it at All Out last year.
I think so.
So that's like 9 months. So let me see here. Where's the other ones here?
You got Jurassic Express versus Red Dragon versus probably another team to be decided tomorrow.
It depends on who the third team is. If the third team is the Bucks, Jurassic Express retains. If the third team is Santana and Ortiz, Santana and Ortiz win. It damn well better be Santana and Ortiz.
You got Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti.
They're not taking that belt off Jade. Yeah. Not yet.
You got the dog collar match, MJF versus CM Punk, which I think Punk wins that.
I think Punk wins that because he did the job for MJF in Chicago.
Now here's a good match. Danielson versus Moxley.
Danielson versus Moxley. If there's a time, dude,
that could be the match of the night right there.
Yeah, 100%. And here's the thing: if there's like a 30-minute time limit on it or something like that, it could go the 30 minutes.
Yeah, it could. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston.
I think Kingston wins that. Yep. Was it the Tornadoes Trios match?
Yeah, you got Andrade, Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy versus Sting, Darby Allin, and Sammy Guevara.
They're not gonna let Sammy. They're not gonna let Sting and Darby aren't losing. No, they're the darlings of AEW right now, and that's also going to be the catalyst for Matt breaking, and then him basically like abandoning because the whole idea was Andrade's taking over the Hardy home office.
Yeah, and 3 days after this pay-per-view, you have Jeff. is
Yeah.
available to sign.
And then it'll be the Hardy Boys versus everybody.
And then their final match is the Face of Revolution ladder match, which, again, you've got Wardlow, Keith Lee, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Orange Cassidy, and a surprise.
It's either. Oh man, that's gonna be a tough one.
It really depends on who your surprise is. I mean, that could be
yeah. Like you said, if it's Cesaro, it very well could be Cesaro winning that match. Other than that, it's got to be Keith Lee in my mind.
See, I'm thinking Wardlow.
You're gonna have Keith Lee lose his second match in the entire company. Wardlow can. Here's the thing: Wardlow can lose because of like Sean Spears' interference or something like that, which will set up, his continue the whole storyline with him turning. Danhausen has not been cleared to wrestle yet, guys. He's still that his leg injury. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he was still limping a little bit with his leg injury. So he's because he's a character wrestler and he can do other stuff. Yeah, and that, like I said, it's going to be, in my mind, it's depending on who the surprise entrance is. It's either going to be the surprise entrance or it's going to be Keith Lee, because they're going to try to build Keith Lee up. And this is a great way to do it. I 100% think Eddie's got to win against Chris, right?
Yeah.
Just the way they set it up and everything, Eddie's got to win against Chris. And just to humble Chris so that if they're gonna try to keep the friggin' Inner Circle together or put them back together, like it doesn't make any sense it doesn't make any sense for Chris to win, because Chris can take this loss here and it doesn't affect him at all.
Correct. And this is, I agree with Johnny here.
Wardlow isn't turning WCW champ, and that turn is long overdue. He should win. Probably. I still think it should have been actually, that would have been perfect, because put the belt on Andrade, let him hold it until All Out, and have Wardlow taking it all out. Eddie is 4-0 on pay-per-views. It all depends on Jericho's ego now. Yeah, that's true, but like I said, man, Chris is one of those guys that he could take a loss and it just does not affect him.
Yeah, there's no reason for Chris to win this match. There's no reason for him to be over.
Yeah. But and in my mind, it actually helps build towards the storyline with the Inner Circle, man. About him being like, you know what, you guys were right. I was too arrogant and it's my fault. Something like that.
And Maldacito's right. It's a loss, but it's not a loss because there's so many other people in the ring that Keith Lee isn't losing the match unless he gets in, and he's not taking the L.
I understand that, but at the same time, I think it's a visual thing as well. I really think, or you could do this. You could have it come down to Keith Lee and the surprise guy with the surprises. They could end up being the last two. So. In my mind, though, man, like if I was gonna pick a winner, it would be Keith Lee, or it would be the surprise, and I would use storylines to protect Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs, because like, dude, I could totally see, like, if Brian Cage is the surprise guy, he's gonna go straight towards Hobbs and Starks. And so those three guys can basically eliminate each other. And that's a storyline, and that's not really going to hurt them. It's not going to affect them that much. Losing that Rumble didn't affect Jade whatsoever. It's a visual thing. Oh no, the ladder snaps when Keith gets the dude. Who was it that they did the thing? Oh, it was Otis. It was Otis when they did that thing where he tried to climb the ladder and he kept breaking the rungs.
Yep.
Which was stupid but funny. But all right, guys, that's the show for this week. That's our predictions. Remember, we will be streaming
Live
I would
react,
be
live
I would be
reacting.
streaming live reactions. I'm gonna try to make a custom screen background for that, so that when I bring somebody on to talk to them, hang out with them, it doesn't look like crap.
Yeah,
But
and this guy will be working. I'm sorry,
yeah,
I work
it's cool. It's cool.
3 to close, so I have to miss it.
I'll throw it out there. And at the very least, I'm gonna try to bring everybody on so they can tell me, like, we could talk for a little bit. Might just keep switching people in and out. But yeah, we'll have some fun. But appreciate everybody, guys. Teach you guys. Yeah, like I said, it's crazy world right now. Crazy things going on. Be safe. Take care of each other.
Maldacito, Johnny Cage, leg kick, Courtney, Hicks villain. Thank
Appreciate
you all.
you guys.
And again, thank you all for helping us reach 65.
65 followers, man. Onward to 100. Let's do it. Have a good week, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.